Good afternoon, everybody. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
I want to thank the Chamber for putting on this event. I've had a chance to hear a lot of good things from the other candidates, and in hearing questions that are asked, initially my 5 minutes, a lot of it was going to be spent talking about some of the issues, but I think based on the questions that are being asked, we'll have plenty of opportunity to address those issues on the questions. So I just want to spend a little time providing some background information for those of you who don't know me. My name is Chris Anderson. I'm a candidate for mayor here at Lake Station. I've been a resident of Lake Station for 34 years, or 27, depending on whether or not you count the 7 years I was away at Valparaiso University for school. So I was living at home during the summer, but I was on campus for those 7 years during my schooling. I'm a Lake Station graduate, graduated Lake Station Edison High School, 1997. After graduating from Lake Station High School, I then attended Valparaiso University, earned a degree in 2001, a Bachelor of Science degree in Finance, or Business Administration with a major in Finance. Upon earning that degree, I then attended Valparaiso University School of Law. 2004, earned a law degree from Valparaiso University. During my time at school, being a finance major, several courses in financial management, public finance law, public finance, several other courses that are related to financials that were successfully completed. After graduating law school, took the bar exam, passed the bar exam, became a licensed attorney in 2005. I've been a practicing attorney since 2005. My first job out of law school was as a deputy prosecutor for the Lake County Prosecutor's Office. So I served as a deputy prosecutor for about 2 years. I actually had to resign from being a deputy prosecutor because I was fortunate enough to be elected as the Lake Station City Court Judge in 2007. From 2008 to 2015, in addition to practicing law and having a solo private law practice, I served as the City Court Judge. The City Court Judge was a part-time position, and I served there for 7 years. I resigned January 28th, 2015, because it was mandatory. I had to resign as soon as I placed my name on the ballot as a candidate for mayor. One of the things that I'm most proud of during the time I served as a City Court Judge, it was already brought up by both judge candidates earlier. We were able to accomplish with the City Court and the Lake Station Community Schools. We were able to form a partnership. So we were able to work together and we established an attendance court. 3 months after it was established, I had to resign. It's on hold now, but hopefully, as both candidates indicated, that court will continue once one of them takes office. In the 3 months that we established that court, there was a lot of positive results. And that's just one way. I think we can do a lot more in partnering with the schools to do things like that for the betterment of our community. I've also been a Lions Club member for a little bit over 3 years. I've been a sponsor of Biddy basketball in the past. My daughter, we've coached our daughter Little League, who's also a member of the 1990 District Championship Little League team. I'm also proud to say that I've been officially endorsed by the Lake Station FOP 153. I've also been officially endorsed by the Ironworkers Union Local 395. And I've also been officially endorsed by the Northwest Indiana Federation of Labor. In addition, if there's a lot of issues I believe that are going on in this city right now that I think we can do better. There's a lot of good things that have happened. There's also a lot of issues. If we don't have an opportunity to cover those, or a question arises that's not covered at this debate, I will be available for probably at least an hour outside the auditorium to answer any questions that anybody might have. Thank you for your time, and hope to see you on May 5th. Vote Chris Anderson for mayor.
Mr. Gutzmer, there's a microphone on that table there. and it should have a green light on it.
It's good. It's ready to go then.
Yeah, it's ready to go, so you can go ahead and make your statement from there.
Hi, my name is Robert Gutzmer, and I'm a candidate for mayor of Lake Station. I've been a resident here for the last 11 years. I have a son that's 12 years old. I have a daughter that's 26, and I have 5 grandchildren, all under the age of 5. So you can see what keeps me busy during the day. The reason I want to become mayor is this. I've seen so many things in this city that can be changed. And I've heard people talk to me about needing things done. First thing we need to do is deal with the infrastructure. That's the sewer, the streets, the sidewalks. Because I am tired of seeing our young people having to walk down the middle of the street because there are no sidewalks. Or they're in so badly disrepair that nobody can use them. And I will tell you something, I use them every day. I see the sidewalks from up close and personal. I see the streets. I've seen the sewer problems. I've talked to dozens of people who have had sewer problems. I hear you. Believe me, I hear you. And I'm tired of living in a community that's considered not the greatest in Northwest Indiana. And that's putting it mildly. I want to make this a nice place to live, where our kids can be on the streets without having to worry about getting hit by cars because there's not enough room, because the streets aren't wide enough. And I want to be able to see us get our snow removed without too much hassle. And I also want to see better government with more transparency, more letting the people decide what happens, not the politicians. You're our bosses. You run the city, we don't. You tell us what you want. That's the way it's supposed to work. We're supposed to listen to the electorate, not the electorate listen to us. We are supposed to do what you ask us to do, to the best of our ability. And so far, we haven't even come close to that. Second of all, I want to see Lake Station High School turned into an educational as well as a technical school to give our kids a chance to have a career, an opportunity, something to get them involved so there isn't distractions, so they can't get in trouble with drugs or alcohol or whatever it may be. I was a teacher for, I'd say 11 years in Milwaukee Public Schools, and 3 years here at Lake Station as a substitute. And believe me, I see kids get in trouble. You give them a little leeway, they get in trouble. You've got to give them something to focus on. And one of my mentors, who used to be a principal, once told me, and I tell this to all the kids I talk to, if you don't learn, that's your fault. Because no one can keep you from learning but you. No one can take that away from you. But you have to make the effort. And that's what I'm trying to do by helping the schools get the funding they need from the federal government, from the state. But I want to deal with our issues here as far as infrastructure, our transparency, and helping our police department be more well-equipped as far as weapons and anything else they may need. Our fire department, we need better city services. And that includes the water and whatever else. Thank you.
Mr. Peralta, yeah, you can come up here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ed Peralta. I'm running on the Republican ticket to be your next mayor here in Lake Station. My name Peralta, My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she learned how to say her R's and L's, and so she learned it in Spanish. She was being Irish. She just kept saying Peralta. Say Peralta, now I'm saying Peralta. But God bless her soul, and I know she's looking down now to try to make me keep this straight and short, and I will. I would like to thank the Lake Station Chamber of Commerce and its residents here that are here today to get informed on the issues from all the candidates that are running. I want to give a special thanks to all the men and women, veterans, that serve our country. Excuse me. And I want to keep this short, sweet, because I know many of you have better things to do today. I will always be available later and any time to answer any questions, concerns that you may have for me. I'm a veteran. I serve my flag and my country with honors. And I've been in Nam, Middle East, Far East, and I was honorably discharged. I'm married to my beautiful wife for 32 years, 2 months, 3 days, and 6 hours. That's a challenge in itself for her. I am President and CEO for United States Security. Our motto is we protect people, places, and property. We have over 25 to 35 vets that are back from Iraq and Afghanistan that work for us. We work heavily with the vets, plus police officers that are off duty. So the Peralta vision for improving a brighter future for our community, I'd like to explain to you what I'm trying to do. Will be three main issues that I'm going to be attacking, and they will be as best I can address them, even though I know there's many issues here that has to be overcome in the long run. But I'm going to attack 3, if you can bear with me. Number 1 will be jobs. The Ed Peralta vision for jobs in Lake Station is to use the untapped land resources we have here for new businesses and to create new jobs and opportunities with decent, well-paid earnings for our residents. We are the heart of the Midwest with all the highways going through our area. This is a gold mine for industry and for commercial businesses out there. Number 2, family. Our family should have the less financial burdens that's going on lately. And to achieve that goal, I like to start out right away, as soon as possible, as your mayor, by lowering the water bills for all the people in Lake Station in an equal way. It's tough enough to just try making it from paycheck to paycheck for some of our folks out here. Also, I like to reach out to our senior citizens and our handicapped disabled people that need our dire help. They need it immensely by improving our food pantry and improving our city services that need to be tweaked up immensely. Safety. Safety is my concern. Being in the security business, I think in the private sector in law enforcement, which when I came out of Chicago, will help achieve a safer community for our children from thugs and drugs and gangbangers on the street. We got to get tougher on them. Crime has to be stopped. No tolerance. That sign has to get out by word of mouth. No tolerance in Lake Station.
30 seconds.
And we make it safer for our country, and I'll finish this right away. In closing, as a businessman and a resident of Lake Station, I have a clear vision of future for our residents, and with your support on election day, together we can move forward as a united community. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to meet as many residents in Lake Station and listen to each of you on your complaints and to see how we can address them as one. Thank you, and may God bless all of you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Chamber of Commerce, for putting on this and hosting this Lake Station School Corporation. I'd like to thank you also. Residents of Lake Station, you have a big decision to make on May the 5th, and that will be to go to the polls to start the process of choosing the next administration that will serve this fine city for the next 4 years. A decision of which you're not taking lightly, which is proven by your attendance today. Let me start by sharing a little about myself. The most important things to me are my faith and my family. I have lived in Lake Station since 1967, which is 48 years. Excuse me. I have been happily married to my precious wife, Melinda, for almost 41 years. And I have 2 children and 5 grandchildren. I graduated from Purdue with a degree in management and have been a successful business owner as well as senior leader at a Fortune 500 company. I have been involved in the community most of my life. I continue to volunteer for various community projects to improve the lives of the citizens of our city and region. I have an intimate working knowledge of what it takes to run our city from my experience as superintendent. Why do I tell you all this? And that's for 2 reasons. I want you to know that I am qualified based on my past experiences of the multi-million-dollar companies as well as my practical knowledge of our city, our home. But most importantly, I tell you these things because I want you to know that I am one of you. I could bore you with a bunch of numbers today, discuss money spent here and there, but I would rather talk about everyday stuff that we have to deal with, practical concerns. Lake Station, we need our pride back. We need accountability within our city administration. We need infrastructure repairs, you've heard over and over today. Sidewalks, stormwater drains, trees removed that are just unsightly. We need internal controls spelled out and cross-training of our employees and internal audits to manage city procedures. Not wait for auditors to chastise us. We need to ensure that monies obtained for a purpose are spent on that purpose. We need to drive business growth and profitability within our city. We also need to reconnect the residents with the administration. And this is 2015, as was said by one of our council at large, and we still don't have Lake Station Little Leaguers playing in Lake Station. The list goes on, but our time is limited. You may be thinking, well, that's great, but how do you propose we get there? Well, here we go. I started my working career in the steel mills, as many of you have. I started as a laborer at U.S. Steel. Soon after starting, I entered the apprenticeship program as an electrician. 13 years later, outsourcing caused me to lose my job. Needless to say, I'm not a big fan of outsourcing. Well, bring that thought to today and to our ambulance service, which we had a lot of pride in, and that pride is gone because of costs. Well, I'm here to tell you, cheaper is not always better. Those people who are employed by the city still should be employed by the city. Eliminating jobs is not moving forward. If you really want something bad enough, you work hard until you accomplish it. Then pride will come. I've managed many multi-million-dollar projects over the last 30 years, and infrastructure issues need to be resolved. For example, the standing water on the north end of Vigo Street. It seems very small to some of us, but it's major to the folks on that intersection, or that end of that street. It's a dead end. That needs to be a thing of the past. We pay an annual fee for stormwater issues. This to me is a no-brainer. 1 block from Evans Elementary, we force the children to walk on the street just to get to school. At Columbus Park, we have decaying trees damaged by storms that need to go. Yet we allow our residents to walk under them as they use the walking trail. The playground in Englehart subdivision has a fence line that is collapsing. I will be a mayor that cares about everyday issues and has the know-how to get them resolved. I will make managing taxpayers' hard-earned money a priority through budgets, setting up limits, and relying on consultants. There are statutes already in place at the state level to help us form our controls. Once internal controls are set up weekly, weekly audits will be mandatory and available for everyone to review. This process ensures our residents that checks and balances are in place. Also, a no receipt, no money policy will be put in the first day of office, no exceptions. We should all want our businesses to prosper here in Lake Station, and a way to help these businesses is to make our city look better. Street cleaning, removing unsightly trees, improving lighting, and general curb appearance are ways we can do this. Let's take the Taj Mahal look at appearance of 1969 Central Avenue to the rest of our city. It looks good at 1969 Central, which is City Hall. Let's take that throughout our city. Police presence throughout the city is something that makes all of us feel better. Businesses are no different. Consider avenues that will reward local businesses for operating in our city. This will assist us in retaining existing and attracting new businesses. My open door policy means just that. I need to hear from residents so I can serve the needs of the community better. The 2 meetings each month are for all residents of our city. Speak and be heard. Concerning community programs, I mentioned earlier that Little Leaguers are still not playing in our city. I've been involved in union negotiations with United Auto Workers and Ford Motor Company, that Fortune 500 company. I surely can negotiate a resolution with Little League Baseball.
30 seconds.
I will bring a heart of service to this office and our citizens because that is what I believe in. The knowledge gained during my working career provides me the ability to apply this knowledge to resolving everyday issues while overseeing every entity of our city. Some of you will make your decision based on friendship or an acquaintance with one of the candidates. Some are not sure if you have enough information to make a final decision. Some of you will be basing your decision on job performance over the past 4 years, and some of you already have your mind made up because you've done your homework. Wherever you fall within these categories today, I hope you will carefully look at the position of mayor of Lake Station. Even take time to jot down what you think the position consists of, and then compare the qualifications, the career experiences, and the heart to serve of the candidates before you. Then place that person into the seat of mayor with your vote. Of course, I hope you vote Ray Ostrander for mayor of Lake Station. Thank you very much.
You didn't start the clock yet, did you? I'm waiting for the signal. All right, I'd like to first of all thank the Chamber, welcome all for coming out this Sunday afternoon and taking interest in our city. I'd like to first quickly thank my mom and family. Without them, their support and friends, I truly would not be here. And special thanks to my lovely wife, 20 years, with her love, dedication, and support. Now, I have 8 years to recap in 4.45 seconds, so let me get started. I'm Soderquist, mayor of the city of Lake Station. I have lived in Lake Station all of my life, and I am a homeowner. I worked in Chicago 18 years prior to becoming mayor. I served as councilman 8 years, and I have served as your mayor since January 2008. As serving as your mayor, we have had many challenges with the budget and shortfall of taxes due to the 1% tax caps. As a result, the positive, all of us are paying less property taxes. The negative, the city revenue has decreased over $1.2 million each and every year. In addition, we have also been reduced due to the assessed value calculation. As a result of the shortfall, we had to evaluate each and every department. For instance, our refuse department that was strictly paid 100% through property taxes. Today, it is now self-supported, and the burden is not on the taxes. Since 2008, and every year since I have been mayor, I have reduced our city budget by several millions of dollars, a total cut of over 35% since taking office. Okay, serious numbers, 35%. At the same time, trying and improving and moving the city forward, taking on the many great projects that the future generations will continue to benefit from. The city annual budget is now balanced, and we spend less than what we receive each year. Numbers don't lie, it's all there. So with this less money, we're able to improve the quality of life in our community. I'd like to mention a few quickly. The latest project, the water project, replacing the 1950s wells with replacing many undersized water mains, as well as building a new water filtration and softening plant, improving quality of life for all. Water affects every one of us. 2011, the award-winning City Hall that everybody pokes fun of, the most efficient government complex in the state of Indiana. We have received awards from the Indiana Associations of Cities and Towns, the Community Award from NIPSCO for our green leadership. Major upgrades to the police station, including a shooting range. Also includes a new fire station as well. In 2008, started a narcotics unit within the police department and SWAT team, and it has been very successful.
In 2009, state-of-the-art refuse and recycling program, as I mentioned earlier. Again, 100% supported by the fee, not a burden on the general fund. In 2009, the sewer department, before I took office, and when I took office, it was more of a drive-by check system. Today, we have a full working department working directly with IDEM, minimizing overflows, which has costed thousands and actually into the millions, and I'm going to get into that right now. And so many of the monies that we have been able to accomplish, I'm going to touch on a few of those right now. Again, this is my resume as your mayor. We had a $1.9 million grant sewer project by federal grant. We had a $270,000 grant, cement grant, purchasing 16 fuel-efficient vehicles. $1.2 million county line central improvements, now complete. $30,000 recycling grant towards our blue rollout cans. $25,000 grant for an exhaust system. $154,000 911 monies for our dispatch upgrades. $25,000 police vest program. $520,000 stimulus grant for central resurfacing. $545,000 stimulus grant for the Liverpool storm drains, new roads and curbs enhancement, not to mention all the endless equipment that we had purchased along the way over the past 7 years. CDBGR money is $140,000 extra stimulus funds that we fought for drains that never existed north of Central and east of Clay. Field of Dreams, we have the baseball fields, the new basketball full court, new skate park, and new playground, which was our old compost site. Many family events, movie night with the mayor and staff, which is free to the residents, trying to encourage that family atmosphere. We have installed over $200,000 in the new sidewalks in the 5th and 2nd districts. 2012 new water metering system, fully automated, planters throughout the city with one large one on Fairview and one large one on 35th and the 5th district. It's a wonderful life housing project. We talked about the vacant homes. We took the worst house on the block, turned it into the best house on the block with $33,000, sold the home for $94,000. And we're going to be doing several more. Grand Boulevard Lake beautification walk trail planters, and we planted over 400 trees at that lake. Before, many people didn't know it was there. This year, what we have planned, we are actually having a new digital sign installed at City Hall for better communications, a $780,000 grant for bike trail, Grand Boulevard walk trail to connect to the Field of Dreams. We also recently received a NERC federal grant of $2.3 million to improve Central Fairview interconnection, safety, and congestion, which will lead into our downtown, addressing flood issues as well.
30
and
seconds.
We also have 30 seconds. We have also received $400,000 in the Oprah grant to tear down the old facility. We have worked very hard to receive the grants to improve quality of life. We just don't talk about it, we get it done. If you like all of the improvements in the city during my administration, I ask for your vote to continue to improve our quality of life for all of our residents. Thank you. God bless Lake Station.